So we're going to look at a seasonal trade back in October. So this is based on the seasonal stats that I use. And this is looking back at the October contract and all the different seasonal asset classes that we can monitor through these statistics. So here is the kind of the backlog of the October trade. So you can see here it has a number of different things to monitor. So here's like December copper. Here's the 30-year Treasury bond, soybean, okay, December. So these are December contracts, but this is October, the month of October. All right, so you can see here for example, if you want to trade metals, copper here, you can see these entries. This is based on seasonal. So these stats, they look at just the seasonal tendency and they mark their trade based on certain dates in and certain dates out. So you can see here, this is going back, this was back in 2022. And so you can see it was getting into, this entry would have been going long December copper, the futures contract, and marked getting in on the 1st of October, out on the 29th. So you can see here, here's the number of trades. This is going to go back for 15 years, total years, 15 years, okay? And on this particular one, you can see the winning percentage has been 80%. So it's had, over the last 15 years, it had 12 winning trades and 3 losing trades. And so then you can see the average profit per trade was over $1,000. Average profit per day was $35 over, 29 days. So, that's kind of how they're broken out. It gives you a lot of great statistics. Here's like 30-year bonds would get in on the 2nd of October, out on the 24th. And so that's marked over the last 15 years. So 13 out of 15 trades were winners. You can see what the profit is. Now, so what I like to do is come down and look for the big winners. So here's one that was 93% winning probability, 14 out of 15. Here's one that was 100% winner. So this was natural gas, 15 out of 15 years. And then, there's so many to look for. Some are the different asset classes that you like to trade in general. Maybe others you're not interested in. But if you like gold, here's gold. So it's been, an 80% probability. But I like to shoot for the big probability winners. So, look at this one, 100%. So that's an easy one to trade. That's the S&P 500. So you could use the S&P futures, you could SPX, SPY. And going back over the last 15 years, if you'd moved into this trade, just marking it on the 26th of October, out on the 2nd of December, it had a winning trade 15 out of 15 years. The average profit was $3,600 per contract. You can see it was making $97 per day over 38 days. So that's marking it in. So what then I do is I add my momentum indicators, my cycle indicators, to actually get a better entry or exits, because we're looking at seasonality for the overall general trend, but then we want to get into it based on momentum so we can get even a more precise entry with less drawdown than just marking it based on these stats. But I'm looking for the stats to give us the potential for the big seasonal wave, and then we're going to enter it using these momentum indicators to tell us when to get in based on the best timing. And I'll go through and show you examples. So here you can just see all the different possibilities that you have. So that was the S&P 500. You can see March corn, orange juice, unleaded. So whatever you like to trade, you can pretty much find it. Here's the euro, so the foreign exchange. So here's the December euros contract, wheat. So just an endless array of things that you can look to trade. Now here's breaking it down even in more detail. So this is going to go to the December S&P futures contract, okay? But then we get to use SPX or SPY, right? So here are the supporting data for this contract, the S&P 500 December contract. So you can see here's 2022. It got in on the 26th of October, and it got out. It bought right there at 38.41. And then the exit was based on the seasonal of this model out on the 2nd. So the exit price was 40.75. So this was up $234. Our profit amount was over $11,725. Okay, that was your profit amount. Best equity, it shows you on the 1st was up 12,000. Worst equity came on the 3rd. It was down here. So using then my momentum indicators, this really helps to, avoid these equity drawdowns, which I'll show you next. So that was just for 2022. Then you see 2021, got in here, smaller profit, but a profit nonetheless. This was 15 out of 15. You can see here going back, here was back in, so the 2022 was a huge profit. And then you can see going back here was a pretty decent one back in 2014. So you can see that these are all been winners. So over that 15-year period, you can see the average net profit per trade was $73.58, 15 out of 15 years. So really great place to start looking for really high probability trade setups.